Hello everyone, my name is SiC and welcome to Ground Branch V1032. This is the upcoming update. So far it has not released yet, but we've been given clearance to now stream it, to make videos on it, to show all of the upcoming changes and also the new maps. So I haven't played this game in a while on my channel, but it doesn't mean I haven't been playing it. I just was not allowed to show anything of this build, which I have been playing for some time, because it wasn't ready yet. And as of course at the moment there are still a couple of bugs, there are still work in progress things that you might notice or see, and I will try to call them out when we do. But anyway, I just didn't feel like going back to the current live version of Ground Branch, because this one adds so much, and yeah, it's just a ton more fun than it already was before. So let's have a look. There are two new maps. First of all, we have Compound, an unusually fortified compound in southern Asia, which is rumored to contain a high-value target, and a daring insertion may be required. And then there is Rig, one of the biggest and most expensive rigs ever built, and bad guys have just taken charge of it. Both of these maps offer something completely different, and both of them are incredible in my opinion. We will be playing intel retrieval on them, and yeah, I think we're going to start for this video with Compound, and then we'll do Rig in the next video. One thing you might notice straight off the bat is that the ready room has changed a bit. It has a different look. Yeah, basically. Now we still have a character, of course. We can customize them just as before. Logos have changed a little bit, and of course we can have a different selection of weapons. This also has changed a little bit. Anyway, let's see. Let's take a different weapon. I'll take the multi-purpose for now. We still got the live fire area, and of course the dark room off to the left, where we can do nighttime shooting. But then this area has changed a little bit as well, and this is quite good looking in my opinion. We have Operation Golden Priest, which we are about to embark on. Now we have our map. This here is Compound. Now as you can see, we have 3 different spawn zones. We can start in the southwest, we can start in the south, we can start in the southeast. These are the two likely, or the two suspected locations for the laptop, which we need to retrieve. And as far as I've been able to tell, they won't spawn anywhere else in any of the other buildings. It will be in one of these two. And we have an extraction point over here. I think we're going to up the enemy count to about 20, and then we're going to start, I think, oh, because I changed it, things have changed here a little bit as well, which is perfectly fine. So I think we'll start in the southeast then, and we'll work our way towards this building. If we find it, we can work our way to the extraction, but if we do not, we'll work our way over to this building instead. All right. Let's begin. Right, well, you might be able to tell already we are actually somewhere in Afghanistan. And this map is absolutely amazing. It looks super cool, it's super detailed. All the houses are just full of tiny rooms. Hard to clear spaces. It's a really cool map, and I think this one will actually be super popular in PvP modes as well. Anyway, I think I see movement right there. It'll be behind the shed, and indeed, let's see if we can take him out. Now there's a ton of new additions, part of which is animation work. Second guy. Yeah, there's a variety of new animations here and there. I can't point all of them out, but it's all super cool. We have a new high ready, which looks a bit different, but it's super useful. It's a bit less in the way and intrusive. There's a new ragdoll system as well, and the new ragdolls look super cool. They also have an audible thud when they hit the ground, which is a really really nice detail, really, that grounds them a lot more in the world, I think. Just because that's what you would expect to hear when someone, you know, hits the floor. And yeah, there's a bunch of different things. It's hard to list them all right off the top of my head. But one of these things is the mantling. Now, all of this is work in progress. It's the functionality is in here. It might not be the final version of vaulting, for example, or mantling, however you want to call it. But that is definitely a thing that we can do now. We can do it up to several heights, though we can't do it on super high walls. Like this one, this wall in front of us would be too high, but this other wall to the right absolutely would be viable. There's also now a way to check your magazines, which is also work in progress, might still be a little bit bugged. I'm trying it now on my... Oh, yeah, no, I tried it now. It works on the pistol, so if I hold down R, it pulls out the pistol, or that pulls out the magazine, and it basically gives you an indication of how heavy the thing still feels. It doesn't give you an exact count, but it definitely gives you a rough idea of how safe you are and if you still need to reload or not. For some reason it doesn't work with this weapon that I've got selected right now. But like I said, work in progress. These are bugs that will be fixed. Well, for now, this is one of our target buildings. And we need to be ready in case enemies are moving around. Absolutely packed with detail, this map. I really like it. It's super cool. It has a really good mixture of long-range combat, close-range combat, and especially in these buildings, you'll see that it's much better for you to pull out your pistol, because the spaces are insanely claustrophobic. And for that also, we have a new ready stance for the pistol, which you can see right now, which also looks super cool. Now, one thing I should note is there is also a new collision system in effect, but for right now, there is an issue with the pistol. The pistol does not actually interact with the environment. So if we walk up to the wall right now, like that doesn't do anything. It will, of course, in the future, but the rifle, as you can see, gets pulled back and basically interacts the way you would expect it to. So for now, of course, these spaces, super tiny, you'll definitely want to be pulling out the pistol. You can tell, like, all of these rooms are super small. And they even feed into each other. Like, this has this little T section in the room, and it's just super claustrophobic, hard to move around in. Annoying corners to clear all by yourself. Is definitely a building that you'd prefer to clear with multiple people, going left and right and center. And you'd have to follow each other up quite quickly. Yeah, that's what I mean with that audible thud. It just feels good to shoot people now. Well, it already felt good, but it feels so much better now that there's like an audio-visual feedback to it. And especially the new animations, they haven't really shown up as much yet, but the new ragdoll animations, they look super cool. There's also some longer ones for throat shots. There is a longer one for a leg shot. And they also come with longer death screams, which I'm a huge fan of. The death screams, like long death screams in general, is something I'm a fan of. All right, let's...
He's one of them.
Oh crap! Where is that coming from? I heard it sounds close. I move.
Over here.
That was inside the building. Holy shit. Now for some reason, because I'm recording this, my frame rates are a bit lower. It's not supposed to be that. Like when I'm not recording, I actually get really solid frames here. So ignore that for now. If it looks a bit choppy, that's why. And of course, like I said, everything is work in progress. So is performance and other things. You know, it's all work in progress, basically. If there's anything that stands out to you as weird or unfinished, most likely that's because it is. And this is not the final result. This update, of course, is not going to be 1.0. You know, it's just another step on the road to the final product. So as such, you can expect it to not be finished and have some rough edges still. But on the whole, it's a huge improvement over the previous version, and I really do like this update quite a lot more. And of course, you already know I'm a huge fan of Ground Branch anyway. So that sounds close. Oh, and the lights is another thing that's slightly... Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, crap. I had a feeling he was stuck there. That's something that needs to be fixed as well, because that guy keeps getting stuck there a lot. But you could tell that was one of those new animations. Dude got shot in the balls, and yeah, he reacts to that now, so that's super cool. Alright. So far, I haven't seen the laptop yet. I might have overlooked it. I'm quite busy, actually, with just clearing out the different rooms and corners. So I haven't really been paying attention to laptops as much as I have to people moving around. Right, rooftop is clear. You can drop back down. Now I so far haven't been able to find all the locations where the laptops spawn. They can be in a variety of rooms, in a variety of positions. So it's quite possible for me to overlook the location of the laptop, but I'm pretty sure it needs to be in this main building. And if it's not there, we'll just do a final quick check just to be sure. If not, we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, this like I said, this is definitely one of those buildings where it'd be super nice to have some backup, someone to cover the hallway, to cover the staircase, to cover the room to the left. You know, like one person can peel left while the other peels right into this room over there. Another person can check this staircase while another person checks the hallway. You know, like a four-man team would do super well in here if they're a little bit coordinated and everyone knows what to do. I'm feeling pretty confident in saying that the laptop is probably not here and it's going to be in the other building. Now we can actually do a checkup as well, because another thing that is new to this update is a map that you can pull out and have a look at. And that's super useful. I'll pull it up in just a second. I just want to make sure it's not actually here. Nope. So when we hold down M, we pull out a tablet. And on that tablet, you can re-see or rewatch your primary objectives. You can see the search locations. You can see the extraction zone. So you can see I'm in the house on the right. We've got some houses to go before we reach the house we need to get to. There's a street with houses on either side. We can choose to go left or right or down the center, which I wouldn't recommend going down the center for obvious reasons. Those reasons being, of course, you can have enemies on the left and on the right, so it's not an ideal situation. What I'd prefer to do at this point is I'm going to back out the way I came, pretty much. And we'll follow one side of the map, or we'll make sure from this side of the map that we get a good overview of the street and we can clear out some tangos that way. And also we need to bring back my rifle, because if I encountered people at 150 meters, I'm not going to do too well with my pistol. Alright, that's one. He's down. Main street, is that? Those are feet. Fortunately, I can't quite get a body shot. I'm going to have to try to get closer. But I can cross the street here now, and we'll run to this building. I would need to clear this building as well, but first I'd like to check the field and make sure there's nothing there. There still might be, even though we don't see it right now, because people are patrolling up and down these fields sometimes. Now, if you're confused, the lean is still there. It just doesn't put you at an angle anymore. So right now I'm actually leaning. But it feels more like a step out than a lean. Come on. Alright, we'll push up into this building. Clear it out. Alright. That looks good. One tango down. And let's recheck the street. Ooh. And I think we're empty. That's one guy down. And that looks to be a sniper. Used to be a sniper. Now, if you are noticing that when I'm crouching down, the scope gets slightly offset, that is a known bug. Will get fixed. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh, oi, they got me just as I faulted. Alright, let's give this another go. And let's see, this time we'll start from the southwest rather than the southeast. Same building, this location has changed. But if we find a laptop here, we can just move straight to extraction, and we'll show this side of the map as well. That is quite cool. You start at these buildings, or at least here, you start at this building and there's another building you can start at. It has a second floor, they're all enterable. And this gives us a good location to start sniping at people in the field. Clear out most of them, so we have a bit more freedom in moving around. I'd like to stay low as we watch the field for movement. And also the roof line, because that blue water tank over there, sometimes there is a tango up on that roof as well. Of course, we have balconies that we need to keep in mind. Now, one thing that's a bit rough on this map, or at least from this angle in particular, is the sun. Looking into the sun, it's quite blinding, which is just something you're going to have to take into account when you make your approach. Or, of course, you can change the time of day. The sun will be somewhere else. Nighttime. Not sure how many variations there are for the sun. I haven't tried that. But yeah, you could go in. You could turn this into a night mission for sure. Pretty sure if you put it at noon, the sun is going to be higher up in the sky. Oh, come on. Aye, that's rough. so far it actually looks pretty clear out here. There he goes. All right, we'll do a retention reload. We'll do a quick little peek out the window just to make sure there's actually no other movement, and I think we'll make our way over to that building over there. We'll go out of the zoomed in version, take that scope away. I definitely still want to move from cover to cover because it's a lot of open ground here. It's a bit tricky to get from place to place sometimes. I think we're just going to have to make a sprint for it. Oh, crap, 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 crap. I did not see that. Alright, let's put on a light. Alright, now clearing rooms has definitely become a little bit trickier with the inclusion. So that was not an enemy. That's a bush. Come on. Yeah. There we go. Now the way your gun handles when you move close to walls, it feels super cool. It feels super natural that you just pull the weapon back a little bit. Instead of, like, you know, having it pushed all the way up against your body, you kind of keep it ready. And you just like get, you know, you just put it like that, and you can see like you have the butt of the weapon sticking over your shoulder a bit. All right, let me get the drop on this guy. And we do need to be careful. And he's down Central Street. And there's not a guy over there. Oh, come on. There you go. Alright, looking pretty clear. Need to check this room to be sure. Now, we did get shot from over in this corner, but let me just check the map. Super useful. Alright, we do actually need to have the building right in front of us, so we can cross the street here. Just want to make sure we're not going to get surprised from the left. Well, actually looks pretty clear now. We'll do another reload. Move down, get into that building, clear that one out. Again, need to keep an eye out on that main road. There's potentially enemies in these other buildings as well. This is the building we need. That side looks clear. So far, so good. Then go down. For a second that sounded like footsteps. Yeah, I'm hearing footsteps. Right, it was definitely a guy coming from behind us. Alright, now this is actually pretty sneaky little sniper hole. Like, you got cover from all sides except in that direction, but that makes this a super good sniping position. Because you can just back down the stairs and nobody will be able to hit you. It's super useful. You can get quite a nice field of view, like across this whole field. And you can even spot into the third floor, I think, or second floor. Yeah, it has to be the second floor. Second floor of that main building is super nice. Now, there is a chance, I think, for the laptop to spawn here up on the roof. So we'll just need to be aware of that, but there's no laptop here. I haven't seen it down here either. Final check, just to be sure. But I have a feeling we're going to have to push to the main building again. I'm not sure where this guy came from. He was close. That's for sure. Could have come from one of the other buildings or the field. I want to get off the street, but there's a big courtyard over here that we need to clear it. To be sure, the open door, far corner, closed door. All right. Down you go. Ooh, that was super close. Super close. All right, let me just do a mag check. We're good to go. All right, I heard someone's gun move. Let's check upstairs first, actually. And I think we have enough light. To turn off that flashlight. I'm just trying to have a listen. You can open more than that. There we go.
Overheat!
Whew. Bit of a reaction shot. Was on the wrong side of the
It's one of them!
Alright, that's one of the leg shots. Let's check that out. Yeah, okay. That did it. Oh man. I do love me some really long dying animations and death screams. It's super cool. I don't know. It's ever since with Orchestra 2, Heroes of Stalingrad, that's just been a thing. Oh, there's the laptop. Is there another? I heard more footsteps. I just don't know where they're all coming from. But you need to be super aware. These guys will sneak up on you in no time at all. It's cool, but also scary. Alright, let's hack this thing. There we go. Need to pick it up. And then it's going to be time to move to our exfil point, which is located in the direction we kind of came from. Which is good. It means we don't have to clear larger sections of the map. Just go out the way I came. I'll just do a reload just to be sure. We're still good to go. Now we need to be in that corner way over there. It would really suck to be shot right now. So we're just going to be taking our time a little bit. Check all the corners as much as possible, but of course every once in a while I'm just going to have to take a sprint and make sure we don't get caught out in the open in a really shitty position. Now what is really cool, because now we can actually vault. This would be a wall that we could vault over. So it's actually still quite high. We could also vault over this wall right here, but that will put us in front of the window. That's something that is not super desirable. We can also vault over here. And again, animations are work in progress. If that looks rough to you, and it's a bit rough, to be fair. Yeah, like I said, work in progress. Things can always be improved upon in the future. And will as well. This one too. This is another one of those sneaky hidey holes that is just really rough to deal with if you were playing this in PvP, I think. Like at some point you'll know about it, but that's one hell of a place to hide. And that's in generally what this map will be really good for, is like long sight lines, but also really tight close quarters. Like it's a really good mix of the two different kinds of combat. You know, and like this would, in essence, you know, like Ground Branch was supposed to be a modern mix of the best of the original Ghost Recon and the best of the original Rainbow Six. You know, and this map exemplifies that to a T. Because Ghost Recon, yeah, that would be like this outdoor combat, right? The long sight lines, this is Ghost Recon. But once you go into that building, that is original Rainbow Six right there. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. And the way, you know, like Ground Branch is like neither of those games, because mechanically it's very different, but in feel and soul, it's a recreation of those two. Oh crap, come on. Don't let that be the guy that kills me. Alright, I don't have grenades. You know what? Can we... No, this door is not closable. But I think we're good to go. I'm taking that last sprint to victory. Or defeat. No, we made it. We did it. That's good. Alright. Well, that is it for this episode. Looks like we killed 17 out of 20 tangos. Took us only 2 attempts. And yeah, this map is just super cool, man. I really like it. It's super cool. And now, actually, look at that. There's options for that laptop to be just here. So there's a bunch of variations as well. Like, you know, the laptop could be in this building, that building, this building, this building, this building. You know, extraction can be in this corner, over in this corner. Changes things around a little bit. And of course, if you were to play this map in Terrorist Hunt, you wouldn't have just these spawns in the bottom of the map. They would be a bit random in different locations. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and a comment below if you enjoyed this content and wish to see more. And I will see you guys for whatever video I do next.